Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Breaking news. Donald Trump, your president, DOJ's focus on civil rights has now shifted. It is now looking to protect white people from reverse discrimination. Yeah, fam, you can't make it up. You cannot make this up. A letter sent to a state official in Rhode Island by the Justice Department in June included a reminder that federal civil rights law prohibits an employer from discriminating against an individual on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. But that letter is part of a Trump administration initiative that upends 60 years of efforts by the federal government to prevent discrimination against minority groups in the U.S. Several former Justice Department employees who spoke with CBS News said the department's focus is shifting. It will now seek to protect white people against alleged reverse discrimination. The dramatic shift was crystallized earlier this month with a statement Donald Trump made in the New York Times. This dude said that the civil rights protections and program has hurt white people. How? First of all, off top, straight out the gate, there ain't no such thing as reverse discrimination. Point blank, period. See, one thing I got to give it to the Republicans for is they do have a keen sense of effective messaging. They distort the truth right in your face, and they don't care if you know it. They don't care if it's a lie. It's almost like they just tell the lie to hear themselves talking and to appease their base. Like, man, if you're going to be this, be that. Stand on it. It's like when you call them a racist, they get really offended. I'm like, damn, if you don't like being called a racist, why do you work so hard at being one? I don't understand that. Because I would absolutely stand on anything that I work hard at being. I would stand on it. They go out of their way. They're proud of it. So let's look at some key areas of control and representation. In politics and government, white men hold 62% of the political offices despite being only 30% of the population, showing significant overrepresentation in Congress and state legislatures. Wealth. White Americans own 86% of the U.S. wealth, with higher average net worth than other groups, partly due to demographics like age and income. Media and power. A disproportionate number of powerful figures like editors of magazines are white, even as the U.S. becomes more diverse. And we're not going to even get into the hosts, right? Across the board, whether it's television, cable, radio, satellite, overwhelmingly, the majority of hosts are white. Program directors, white. Music directors, white. News directors, white. Weather directors, white. White. Where's the discrimination? That's what I need to know. We've had nearly 60 years of civil rights designed to stop discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. That includes everyone. Black, white, Latino, Asian, women, men, everyone. So theoretically, that already covers a white person who may have been discriminated against. So trying to create this special campaign for white folks who may have been discriminated against based on their race, it makes it seem like discrimination is a zero-sum game where progress for people who have been historically discriminated against is somehow a setback for white folks. And that ain't what the law says. This is the most blatantly racist administration I've seen in my lifetime. Whew! I never thought it would be this bad. I knew that it was bad, but I had no idea it was this bad, and I had no idea that it would ever be this blatantly racist. Like, they ain't even trying to hide it. They straight up saying, white. White. The President of the United States attacked the Civil Rights Bill and said that it was biased against white folks. You got the Vice President saying that white folks don't have to be guilty. We don't have to feel guilty anymore, for being white. Like what? Like where that came from, but this is what they've been saying in private all this time. This is what they've been saying when they're alone, when they're around like-minded individuals. They've been able to talk like that, right? Walk with me, fam. I want you to picture an HR system where management uses a tool to prevent biased reviews. And let's say a white guy doesn't get a promotion and he blames it on the anti-bias tool because it flagged his privilege. Next thing you know, the DOJ is knocking on the door. Doop, 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 doop. Yo, what's up with the discrimination against the white guy? That could easily happen. That's going to happen. When you have the EEOC director or president, I can't remember what her title was, telling white men directly, if you think you've been discriminated against, you may have a lawsuit. Contact us. I don't think I've ever even seen the director or the president of the EEOC speak before and tell anybody that they may have a lawsuit. But they told those white dudes. Look, if you're gonna say white people are being discriminated against, why not go a little lower to where, like the women, and start with the women? How you gonna go all the way to the top, to the dudes who got it made in the shade, who overwhelmingly control everything in this damn country? How you gonna go to them? They're at the top of every mountain. But that's that arrogance, fam. That is that arrogance. That's that arrogance we warned y'all about, and y'all thought it was sweet. Y'all didn't think it could get that bad. Some of y'all still swinging on Donald Trump's soon-to-be rotten nuts. Y'all still swinging. What in the hell is wrong with you? Who raised you? Who raised you? It's like they don't even care about all of these policies and stuff. In their mind, they're thinking to themselves, as long as I get mine. What Trump is doing with white folks and civil rights is the same thing that the government did with law enforcement and qualified immunity. It was already hard as hell to prosecute a police officer. They get the benefit of doubt. They got the overwhelming advantage against citizens in the streets. So they were already in a dominant position. So what Trump has done is said, we're in a dominant position already, but we need more protections so when we jump out there and violate people, We need more protections. So this is how we're going to make America great again. We need to get back to that. And the way to get back to that is to roll these civil rights laws back. And then we can make America great again. No more talk.